get a motion?
Motion.
Second? All right, let's all please stand for the invocation and the pledge of allegiance.
We got out of sequence here, that's okay. Everybody bow your head. Our most gracious Heavenly Father, we come before you today seeking your wisdom as we attempt to handle the business of this fine city. Father, we just ask for your wisdom and your knowledge in all of our thoughts, our words, our actions, everything we do. We don't only want to make good decisions to benefit this city, Father, we also want to bring honor and glory to you. And everything we ask in the precious name of Jesus, for it's the only name that's worthy. Amen.
Amen.
All right. Wow, we got a good crowd here tonight. I'm glad to see everybody coming out. So we got a long agenda, so bear with us. Let's see, can I get a roll call to establish a quorum?
Here.
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 All right, we got enough present. Moving forward. Let's see. All right, so next thing, I want to suspend the rule to add a few items onto the agenda for tonight. The first item we're going to add is under Area 11, Item 25, Gulf Coast Chief Association Family Day at the Town Green. The next one is under Item 6, Number 5, suspend the rules for the Chamber of Commerce to do us a presentation for tonight. And I think that covers,
I have one.
and we
Mr.
got
Mayor.
one other one.
Under new business, if we could put under number 25 under new business, or 26, sorry.
26.
26, health insurance RFQ.
All right, so we've got 3 items. Can I get a motion to suspend it to add these items?
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Next one is the announcements, presentations, and proclamations. We have 2 that we were going to do tonight, but they're not able to be here, so we'll push that off to the next meeting. Now we'll go to an overview of CASA of South Mississippi. Got a presentation?
Good evening. Thank you to the mayor and to the aldermen for allowing me to have a chance to provide an overview on CASA's mission. My name is Cynthia Chauvin, and I'm the director of CASA of South Mississippi. CASA stands for Court-Appointed Special Advocate. We recruit, train, and support community volunteers who advocate for children who are innocent victims of child abuse and neglect here in South Mississippi. All the children that we serve are in foster care, and we are judicially appointed to this population of young people at the request of the Harrison County Youth Court Judge, Judge Michael Dickinson. Our work is to ensure that the best interests of these children are preserved, that they are immediately safe once they are put into foster care, and we follow them through the court process. At each stage of the court process, my volunteers visit these children at least monthly. They collect information on what's going on with their cases, and they communicate that information at regular intervals during the court process through both written reports and oral testimony. We work in tandem with our local child protection agency. We are absolutely not adversaries with CPS, but we are another set of eyes and ears to make sure that these children do not get lost in the foster care system. Like I said, we are judicially appointed. Our CASA volunteers are everyday citizens, moms and dads, people like you and I. We are passionate about children and their safety, and these children specifically come before us because they are in a place of uncertainty. It's not yet certain by the court if they're going to get to return home to their biological families, and their lives are often in limbo, not for days or weeks or months, but in many cases for years. Time doesn't stop for these innocent children. CASA volunteers spend 8 to 10 hours a month performing this unique volunteer service. They meet 1 to 2 times a month with their children in the foster home. If they're in school, we visit their schools. The volunteers have a judicial court order signed by Judge Dickinson that has access to these children 360 degrees, whether it be being able to interface with their mental health providers, talk to other service providers. meet with their biological parents, as well as their caregivers. We report that progress with the ultimate goal being if these families can remedy their situation, we report to the court, and the court can ultimately reinstate custody with these biological family members. 2/3 of the children that we serve are under the age of 12. Again, these are innocent child victims. Over 70% of the cases in Harrison County involve substance abuse and addiction. A parent's ability to take care of the basic needs of these children becomes a problem. And not just becomes a problem, their addiction puts them in serious harm or imminent risk of danger. That's the only way the youth court judge and CPS can intervene and take custody. Today, there are 243 children in Harrison County's foster care system. We are currently, as a volunteer-driven organization, only able to provide a CASA advocate to 45% of them. Of the 129 children we have served this year alone in Harrison County, 11 of them have been residents of Long Beach when they were abused or neglected. That means they lived here when the abuse was perpetrated on them in Long Beach. We also know that there are additional child victims that live in Long Beach that we're not able to serve because we don't have enough CASA volunteers. We have a waiting list, and we absolutely have a goal of providing all 243 children in foster care with a court-appointed special advocate. As an organization, we are a 501c3 charity in the state of Mississippi in good standing. Our program receives numerous grants as well as funding from donors, from fundraisers we execute in Harrison, Hancock, and Stone, from corporate mission partners, as well as grants. We are also funded by several counties and cities that we serve. Again, we're in Harrison, Hancock, and Stone. Each of the counties that are currently including CASA in their budget process are currently funded in this fiscal year that we're closing out are Biloxi, D'Iberville, Diamond Head, Gulfport, and Pass Christian. Additionally, Harrison County, Hancock County, and Stone County all support our work. I come before you tonight for two reasons. One is to educate you and everyone in attendance about the very quiet world of child abuse and neglect that continues to riddle our communities. Two is the idea that we have a way to get the community to support our work. It's through recruiting more CASA volunteers. So if anyone in this room has ever thought about it, it is an invaluable way to be of service to the next generation. Secondly, I'd like to extend an invitation to the mayor and the Board of Aldermen to consider supporting CASA in the upcoming fiscal year throughout your budget process. My request is for you to consider $1,000 for an annual allocation. Mississippi statute does allow for the provision of local government municipalities to support the court-appointed special advocates program. Tonight in the audience with me, I have CASA volunteers, I have board members, and I have supporters with me. I'd like to personally recognize and not make them stand up, but maybe just wave their hand. Two of my CASA volunteers from Long Beach are Sam Hoyt and Vicki Taylor. One of my staff members that serves as a supervisor of volunteers in the Long Beach community is Melinda Borgia. And my board member with us today from Mississippi Power is TJ Pruitt. I would entertain any questions, and if now is not the best place, I would tell you that I would love to meet, answer any questions, and at the end of the day, these children are the children of our future, and if I know anything after doing this work for almost 25 years, is that if we do not invest in the safety and protection of these innocent children in our community today, we will long time be on board and unfortunately have to help, as the cycle of child abuse and neglect is multi-generational. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and thank you for what you do. We are currently in our budget, we're currently in our budget workshops now. We're very interested in helping this cause, so hang with us, let us get through this budget, and then we'll see what we can do. Maybe even at the next meeting, we may have,
So I'll make a proposal that we table the discuss, well, we have the discussion tonight, but table the motion for a $1,000 donation to CASA. I believe we've done it in the past, but a $1,000 donation to CASA from the city of Long Beach upon reviewing with our comptroller and look at approving it at our next meeting.
I'll second that.
All right, so we got a motion and a second to discuss the payment of $1,000 to CASA after talking with our comptroller. And if we do, we'll do it at the next meeting, approving that at the next meeting.
Thank you so much for your time.
No, thank you for what you do.
Yeah.
Right. Next one is the Gulf Coast Center for Nonviolence project. Oh, I'm sorry. Before you get started, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries.
Good evening. I don't have a large presentation for you today. The reason I was asked to come, I'm Renee Davis. I'm the Communications Director at the Gulf Coast Center for Nonviolence. And one of our projects that we just launched a few months ago has been a set of these stickers. They're the size of a bumper sticker. And I know you can't read it from here, but it has a QR code on it. And it says, if you're not alone, if you can't call anyone, if you can't tell anyone else, tell us. And it has just a little bit of information. We have been distributing these all throughout the 6-county area that we serve. If you're not familiar with what we do at the Center for Nonviolence, we've been around for going on 50 years now. We provide services and support to victims of domestic violence, victims of sexual assault, human trafficking, and the surviving loved ones of homicide victims. And that's men and women. And we serve children in our shelters, and we have a children's program. And we've served thousands and thousands of people. Just last year, we served a little over 3,500 people. One of our services that we've had for many, many years has been our hotline. We have a 24-hour crisis line where people can access services. Any people affected by any of the things I just mentioned can contact us, and in a given year, we get somewhere in the vicinity of 15,000 calls. Last year, we got 14,683 phone calls to our center, and we serve the 6-county area. But one of the things that we recognized a few years ago is that making that phone call can be exceptionally difficult for people. Sometimes just making that call is hard to do, whether it's because they don't know what to say, because it's just something they don't want to talk about at that moment, or because they're not in a position to safely talk to us. And so in order to make it easier for people to access services, we not only have our crisis line, but we have an online application. It's just an online form that they can go to and request services and give us their information, and we contact them back quickly, and we can get them right in to either clear them for shelter or let them get counseling or whatever services they need. And so that's been very successful. And the QR code that's on this bumper sticker takes them right to that. All they have to do is scan it on their phone and immediately fill out a form. And so we've been putting these out. We ordered initially 100 of them and went through them so quickly we ordered another 100. But we're trying to get them into places where they will be seen by people. And one of the most popular, one of the most successful places is in restrooms. We put them like on the back of the bathroom doors. It's a private area. People can see it. They can do it right there, and nobody has to know. So our advocates and community advocates have been going out throughout to libraries and schools and cities and community houses and all kinds of places across the coast to see if we will be permitted to put these in those areas. And someone had contacted Long Beach, and they asked me to come to see if you all would be okay with us being able to put them in city buildings throughout Long Beach. I will say we have them in a lot of areas in other cities, but we haven't gotten buy-in so far from a city to put them in all their buildings or in their city buildings. And so we would love to be able to go back and say, hey, they did it in Long Beach. Let's do it in Biloxi. Let's do it in Pascagoula. Let's do it, all along the coast. It's a free service. We don't charge anything for victims. There's really no downside to it, making this available for people so that they can access services quickly and privately.
Okay. You got more? You good?
Pardon? That's it, unless you have questions.
No, so if I'm understanding your request,
Yes.
is for the city of Long Beach, and this will be part of our discussion if we would be willing to put these in the restrooms.
Yes.
On the backside of the stall doors.
Yes, and we would
each of-
provide them for free to the city, as many as you need.
Okay. So can I entertain a motion to, we got a motion? Second, any discussion?
I think this is a no-brainer. It's a
Yeah,
win for
it's a good
everybody, and
cause.
thank you for bringing this to us, and
Well, thank you, we really appreciate it, and thank you for leading the way.
Glad to be the first city.
We
hope the
will,
other
we will
cities
be
will follow
singing your
suit.
praises to, across the coast to the other cities. And like I said, we've gotten a lot of public buildings, but this is the first that we've actually come before a council or a board of aldermen and been allowed to do it as a project for the city itself. So we really thank you for the buy-in.
Great.
Thank you.
Mayor,
We will have someone
I don't
bring
know
you
if my
those.
microphone's working or not, but just a suggestion, not involved in the city, but you also have public restrooms at the Long Beach Harbor, at Courthouse Road, et cetera, that belong to the county. That also might be.
Yes,
worth
absolutely. Because that, one of the challenges with what we do is that we cross so many jurisdictional lines because we cover the entire 6-county area. So we're going to be approaching cities and counties. And like I say, we've been trying to get, we're okay with businesses, hotels, anywhere. We want to get this out into the public so people can access it. So thank you very, very much.
Thank you for picking Long Beach.
Thank you.
Okay. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. All right, the next one is presentation from Long Beach Chamber of Commerce. Thanks. Get it down, it may take a time or two.
We'll be all right.
This group is wonderful, so I'm sure.
Well, thank you. So I probably don't need a microphone. I'm probably going to blow y'all out of here, but I'll hold it up just for the camera. But first, I would like to thank Mayor Pierce and the board for having us. Thank y'all so much for this opportunity to come and present our small business grants. I'm Anna Claire Perrone. I'm the director of the Long Beach Chamber of Commerce. We are a division of the Mississippi Gulf Coast Chamber of Commerce, where our mission is to connect, inform, advocate, and develop. And that's exactly what we do all year round. We do that with our events like Taste of Long Beach, Touch a Truck, and here recently, the Sea Santa Celebration. But none of this would be possible without our board members that you see right here behind me. I'm going to take a minute to introduce them. We have Pam Sanders, who is our chair. I tell everyone she's the queen of Long Beach, and she deserves all the accolades. We have Ashley Neely. We have Tanner Montella. We have Courtney Cuevas, which I know all of y'all in here know Miss Courtney. And we have Lauren Riley, Lauren Dubasson. We have Jennifer Glenn, and we have Timothy Pruitt. But none of this would be possible without them. But I wanted to take a minute, so I don't need this. Okay, there. Sorry. So I wanted to take a minute just to talk to y'all for a second. So this board, we get together in January. And one of the things we do is we talk about the goals that we're going to have this year. And one thing they really felt passionate about and wanted to focus on was giving back to Long Beach. So that's exactly what we're going to do tonight. They worked extremely hard, but they also wanted to have a more emotional connection with our members and our business owners. So how many of y'all in here are business owners in Long Beach? So that's a lot of business owners tonight in this room. And me and Tanner were actually talking today at Bank House. And one thing that I was thinking about was, you know, you start thinking like you're going to open a business in a community and you're going to run a business in a community. But that's not exactly what y'all are doing. You're actually raising a business in a community. Every single one of y'all have chose Long Beach to put your heart and soul in and take in these employees, take in countless hours. There's so many days that you could clock out at 5 o'clock and be done, but you can't do that. You've chosen to raise a business in a community that you feel so strongly about. And it's our goal and our job tonight to give you a small business grant as a token of appreciation for raising your business here in Long Beach. So thank y'all so much for all that y'all do for our community. Thank you for the board and the mayor for supporting our business community. And we're going to call y'all up here one by one. There is a lot. We have 20 businesses that are each going to get $1,000 tonight. Miss Pam is going to hand y'all the actual check, and Tanner and Courtney are going to hand you the big check. And we're all going to stand up here and take one big picture since there are so many. I'm going to let Jennifer Glenn actually go over the list of the people who will be receiving the grants. But first, there's 4 businesses that aren't here with us tonight that have already received a diversity grant. That's Juan Tequila's, Long Beach Market and Deli, A&L Billing and Coding, and Premier Postal. So we actually had an event for them, and they've already received their grant, but we're going to present the rest of them tonight. So thank y'all so much. Thank you for supporting the chamber, and I'm going to turn it over to Jennifer.
The first business that we will be presenting a grant to tonight is Bacchus Wine and Liquor. Receiving the grant is Pam Sanders. The second business tonight is Bond Services, Inc. And who's taking the pictures? Bob's way. You stand right there. Yeah, take a group picture. Okay. Bull's Restaurant. Chuck Ryan Cars. Coastal Bar and Daiquiri Shop. Sorry, I read that wrong. It's Coastal Daiquiri Bar and Grill. Wanted to make sure that went on record correctly. You were just thinking about bar. Mainly daiquiris. Happy drinks. Dapper Dog Grooming. Dolce Bake Shop.
He's throwing money around. Did you bring cookies?
Eddie Seals Auto Service Center. Forget Me Not Florist and Gifts. Harborview Cafe. Unfortunately, they cannot be here tonight. Husband Contracting. Jeep in the Coast, LLC. Moises G. Espinal, CPA, LLC. He is also unfortunately unable to attend this evening. Oil Plus, Inc. Radish. Serendipity Creamery. Smoke and Go Barbecue. They are unable to attend. Southern Living Assistance Services. Studio E Dance Company. Who just went to nationals and won all the awards. And last but not least, Third Gen Salon. And once again, on behalf of the Long Beach Chamber of Commerce, we thank all of our small businesses.
Yeah, multi-purpose. Multi-purpose.
I guess I would have went to sleep on because I guess I should have went to sleep on my mom when I was
Let's see what it says.
We leave Thursday. I mean, it's pretty much every 3 weeks she's got her trip. This one before we make our return flight, we're just there.
And if y'all want to stick around and see the rest of the meeting, that's okay with us. But I want to thank the Chamber of Commerce for the great job they do in the city limits of Long Beach. And I want to thank all these businesses for helping Long Beach to grow in a good direction. So thank all y'all and keep up the good work. The next item on the agenda, can I get a motion to approve the regular meeting of July 1st, 2025?
So moved.
We got a motion? Second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. I need a motion to approve the recess, the next executive session meeting of July 3rd. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
We got a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. The next item is to approve the Planning and Development Commission meetings of the July 10th. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Second, any discussion?
Discussion. By chance, is Mr. Reed Bryant from 215 Ferguson Street here tonight? Okay. There was just some discussion that I got a phone call from reading the minutes. We did a property subdivision, but there was a lot of discussion about rezoning. I just wanted to clarify that it was a property subdivision and not a rezoning for that. And so That's all I have.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. The next item is to approve the docket of claims, 071525. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. New business. We got an application for a special event, Yoga in the Park. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Got a motion?
Second.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Another special application for the use, for the Summer Splash Day. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Got a motion and a second?
Second.
Second, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Another special event, Gulf Coast Marathon. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
I get a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Next special event is Long Beach Schools Homecoming Parade and Pep Rally.
Motion.
We got a motion,
Second.
second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. The next one's going to be a fee waiver request for the Town Green by Ashley's Angels of America. It's a 5K race. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Got a motion. Can I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
I have something small, I don't know how ticky-tacky it is, but I was looking through it, and I'm gonna just say it's contingent upon a 501c3 that I'm assuming that they have on file.
Is it a 501c? I think it is.
I'm
Yeah.
not sure, but I can verify.
Did they?
It is? Okay, so we'll amend that
I
motion.
mean, I'm sure it is, this is a
Pending.
repetitive,
We're going to say pending
Deal.
proof of 501c. So that covers it. If it's not, then we can't just elect to waive the fees.
I'll second his substitute motion.
Okay, so we got a substitute motion to add the proof of 501(c). Yeah. All right. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Next item is a MOU and sponsorship request from Cruising the Coast. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Second.
A second. Any discussion?
Do you mind, Mr. Mayor, if we could for the board, get just a quick update on how the meeting went today?
Yes. The meeting went great. We met with Woody. And so there was some misconceptions with the Cruising the Coast for Long Beach. We thought that we were not allowed to do any other type of events during this Cruising the Coast. It was clarified to us today that, yes, we can do additional type fundraisers and stuff like that, can help the city. So I think the sponsorship is $8,500. And that being said, we went into the meeting saying, hey, we're upside down in our budget. You know, if we just have a parade and a band down here at the harbor, I've got to be able to prove there's a return on that investment. And I said, I can't see the return on that investment at $8,500. So then we went into the talking of what is allowed, because there's a contract. And that contract, in some ways, you could interpret it that you can't do anything during an event. But he clarified that, yes, we are able to do other things at the same time the event's going on. So I think it's a good deal. It's an opportunity to bring more people to Long Beach. And Courtney is hopefully going to be very creative. And even not, you know, we even had discussions about the parade not being what it was at one time. So there's ways that we're going to look into try to beef that up. You know, we'll have different categories, maybe a trophy for certain categories, so we will bring more of the high-end cars for the parade. So I feel very, very comfortable now going forward that this could turn into be even a bigger event for the city. So with that said, can I have a motion to approve the $8,500 sponsorship to Cruising the Coast?
I think you did.
We have a motion on the floor.
Any discussion?
Thought you did already.
I didn't say the $8,500.
Okay.
I'm sorry. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Next one is, I think this is Alderman Jafria about intersection at Allen Road, Paula, and Pinecrest.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion that we install a stop sign on Allen Road at the corner of Paula Drive and Pinecrest.
Okay? So, all right, so we have a motion. Can I have a second?
I'll make a second.
Got a second? Discussion. Chief, is that something that, have you looked into it to see that that is a place that we actually need a stop sign on that intersection?
Mr. Jeffrey had contacted me about seeing if there's been accidents there. There was one truck in the ditch in the past 3 years. We have had some speeding complaints there.
This request has come from, this is not my request personally, but this is from the citizens in the area. They were stating that during rush hours and so forth, Paula Drive and Pinecrest get backed up because there's no stop sign on Allen Road. And this would be more of a convenience, and also from a safety perspective, there were some of the residents that were talking about their speeders coming in, particularly from the Gulfport. Obviously, they're not Long Beach residents, they're Gulfport residents coming in speeding, and they would like to have a stop sign there to impede that progress and slow that traffic down. So I think, from my perspective, I think it would justify us putting a stop sign up there, and the fact that the citizens have requested it, I think we should acquiesce and go with their recommendations.
Can I add something
Yeah,
just
go
real
ahead.
quick?
Sure.
And I'll refer back to Chief. In the past, I believe there is a state law, and please correct me, that we can't put a stop sign to enforce speeding.
Right, to
We
regulate
need to be careful on that. And not that I'm opposed to
Yeah.
this, it's just we have to be very careful on that wording
Well, then
there.
we'll back that out of the equation. We'll just say that it was a matter of convenience, traffic getting backed up into the Paula Drive in the Pinecrest area, and we'll just leave it at that.
Do you have any objections to the stop sign? Okay, no objections coming from the chief.
Joe has something.
Joe? I'm sorry.
I would request that y'all say to make this a four-way stops, not just add a stop sign, because you're gonna need to add 2 stop signs.
Yeah, there's
And you-
already.
And you also would request to have a stop ahead sign from approaching on the eastbound lane, excuse me, it'd be westbound lane coming from Gulfport.
Okay. That's a good point.
You're going to amend your motion to add?
I'll amend the motion to allow that, what Joe
They
just said.
stop.
Four-way stop.
Four-way
and a-
stop.
and a Stop sign ahead type.
Stop sign
warning
ahead
sign.
warning,
And we
to
would
be in
paint 2 white
compliance.
stripes across Allen Road.
Including
Allen Road.
striping.
We'll handle it. Just tell me to make a four-way stop sign.
Make it a four-way
Make it a
stop.
four-way stop sign.
You want to slap some paint down there, that's fine. All right, so the motion's out. We got a second. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Next item is the Harbor Headquarters, Alderman McGooey for discussion. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Second, go ahead.
Mayor, the board may recall during the last term, and I can't definitively tell you exactly when, but we spent about $300,000 to repair the deficiencies that were needed at the harbor. It's probably a year before last, if memory serves me right. So though there's a lot of things down there that are not functional, our harbor house certainly is. Chief Skelly may recall, I think it was a year before last, we dedicated Station 2 and Central to Chief Clegg and Billy Fennell, if I'm not mistaken. Both, if I'm not mistaken, were posthumously. Is that correct? That's correct. I kind of feel like we're remiss if we have the opportunity to recognize people when they're still with us, as opposed to doing it once they pass. That being said, Danny College was the harbor master down there for 25 years. He came back and did some projects pre-Katrina down there, post-Katrina, free of charge. Danny is also a Vietnam veteran and Purple Heart recipient. He's given a lot to this city, and I would like to make a motion that we similarly, like we did with the fire station, we dedicate the Harbor House in the name of Danny College while he's still with us, and he can appreciate that. And that's my form of a motion.
All right, so the motion right now would have, all right, so let's go through the discussion on that particular topic. And
Need a second first.
all right. I already had a first and second. Now
sorry,
he's
I
coming back.
apologize.
So,
Second.
all right, so you're bringing up good points. And some of the things, like the Stringer Pier, which will no longer be there. Prior to the hurricane, that western pier was actually dedicated to Mr. Hancock, and it never got done because of the hurricane.
Okay, yeah, and you bringing up excellent points. So I didn't want to get ahead of myself, but I was going to establish or try to get some movement on, rather than when we do get our piers in there, rather than 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, or A, B, C, and D, name one after Mr. Stringer, after Keys, maybe Calvin Poupart, all the former port commissioners and people who have been down there when Griff and y'all were kids, who contributed a lot to the harbor and its existence. And so we could recognize them in that way.
Okay.
With a walkthrough and banner type thing over each pier. But I didn't want to get ahead of myself because we have no piers to do that with.
Right. So, here's what I'm thinking you're saying, is let's back up and look at some people that may deserve being honored for the services they've done to Long Beach. Because now we went from Danny College to Mr. Stringer, to Mr. Hancock, to Phil Keys, all excellent candidates. Let's, how about if we table this and come back and let's do a real review of, because I don't want to miss somebody.
I would say it might be wise to have some kind of policy, because I know, like, for example, with the school district, we do have policies in place about naming and honor and all that kind of stuff. Before we just say, I don't want to say a bunch of people's names and then
Yeah.
somebody not, you know.
That's why I didn't really want to, and I think once we get piers to the place to where we can dedicate them, then if it's okay, can we come back then and address this? 'Cause
Whatever's
like I
the
said, we
pleasure
don't
of the
have
board.
piers right now, so we can't say, Danny College, we're going to dedicate this pier because we don't have that pier yet.
Well, and for Danny, I was thinking the harbor house, since he was the harbor master. I
Okay.
don't know that any of the rest of them were actually harbor masters, but like I said, whatever the pleasure of the board is.
All right, so, all right, pleasure of the board tonight, we have a motion to dedicate the Harbor House to Danny College for his past contributions to this community. So that is the motion on the floor. Is there any other discussion towards that particular motion? And I do want to, because Mr. Skinner and Mr. Hancock deserve be there somewhere. And my thoughts were, when we built that southwest pier back, it would be the Stringer Hancock Memorial Pier. And that would take care of the two that we've had in the past that are already in honor. And then this would be addition.
We even had a discussion, our last walkthrough to the harbor upgrades, of putting a plaque where the Stringer Pier used to be. So we can get creative
Yeah.
with coming up with different locations, but.
Okay, so the motion on the floor right now is to name the Harbor House after very deserving Danny College. So there's a motion. A second. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Thank
Very
you.
good, Pete. And what I'd like, going forward, like, when we put items on the agenda, kind of give us a little bit of detail behind it so that we know a little bit ahead of time, because it was very high level. So if y'all would, give us a little detail.
Fair.
And then, Emma, you can capture that, and that'll be part of it. So we understand what we're doing.
For clarification, you talking about in-house detail?
Huh?
When we put items.
Yeah, when we
in-house.
put an item
In-house.
on here, then I really, because on, I had to look at yours, and I wasn't sure it was a stop sign, so.
I understand.
So, anyway, let's do
You
a
know, that'll
little more
make things
clarity,
easier.
so
I will
we can be
say,
ready
if
for the meeting.
If you look at how the past does it, they give almost like I don't want to say a paragraph, but call it a paragraph of a description. And if it's something, approve $5,000 for, it says that on their agenda.
Okay,
I think that's a good idea. That's something we just have to start doing moving forward.
sounds good. All right, next item is an audit for discussion by Alderman Bennett. Can I get a motion?
Make a motion.
Got a second? All right, go ahead.
I was basically just going to see what the board's interest would be in doing a full internal audit. I know we do an annual audit with the state, but I would request that we maybe put out RFQs to see if we could get a private firm in here just to go over the books. I know, like with the school, for example, we did an audit. We also audited like our processes, how we process payments, how we do payroll. And we were able to save a substantial amount of money with some of the suggestions that they made on how we did our processes. So I would like a motion to at least, I don't know, figuring out a way to put out a RFQ to some private firms, maybe come in and just look over things.
Second that.
Yes, yes,
So
sorry.
it's going to be a substitute motion to the discussion motion. You want to actually clarify me, because the motion was to discuss.
Discuss,
Yeah.
correct.
So now we need a substitute
I'll make
motion
a
to actually do an audit.
In our,
Can we
Okay?
discuss it before we?
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
we're going to do
Yeah,
it.
after the second.
So now we have a substitute motion to actually,
To issue
to perform an
RFQs
audit.
for independent
RFQ
audits.
for an audit, yes. So,
Can you have a second?
motion, I got a second. Now we're into the discussion on the actual audit itself. Go
Mr.
ahead.
Mayor, I personally like the idea of having fresh people look at the books. I think it's due diligence. I think it's a great move. There might be something in there that we are not aware of, that we need to be aware of. We're a new board. There might be some things that the previous board or administration has done that we might need to be aware of. And I think it's just a good policy to do that and just take a look at it. And for sure, just take a look at doing an RFQ and getting a quote to see what it would cost us to do it, and then and define the project and the scope of the project.
All right, any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, motion carries. Whoa, excuse me? Hey. We got one nay. Was there any discussion you wanted to add, Pete, or? Okay. All right. Next one is appoint Jesse Allen to the Harrison County Utility Authority Technical Committee. Can I get a motion?
Motion?
Motion.
Second.
We got a second. Any discussion? Jesse, I appreciate you taking that on. It kind of is in your wheelhouse.
Yeah, sorry.
So, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Next item is discussion by Tim McCaffrey on drainage at 422 St. Augustine. Can I get a motion for discussion?
Motion.
Second.
Motion is second. Go ahead.
Yes, so at the end of St. Augustine, I've met out there with utility partners. We have all the water's funneling down this road, and there's only one drainage box, and the water has to make all the way around the cul-de-sac. Issue is, over time, that cul-de-sac has settled, so the water's dumping off before it has time to go around, and the residents here, it's eating away beside their carport, causing them to do constant work and everything. So I've met with the property owner, met with utility partners out there. We've come up with some ideas of putting a drain box in on their property line, and they have agreed to work with us to give us a little drainage easement to put, it's approximately 150 foot of
Pipe.
ADS pipe. We don't have to do concrete or anything. So that being said, I would like to make a motion to direct the city engineer and utility partners to work together, come up with a design to bring to us with numbers to look at and to move from there whether we do this project or not.
All right, so now,
This is just to retain numbers for this project.
so we got a substitute motion now to have utility partners go out and do an estimate of what it would take to correct this. Sorry about that. That was the old H2O to go out and do an estimate along with the engineer to see what it would take to issue.
And we'll look at easements and pricing of easements and pricing of all this stuff and bring it back to you.
And like I said, we've spoken to them, and they're willing to work with us to get an easement through there because it's gonna save them a lot of heartache.
So we got a motion on the floor. Do we have a second? Second. Any other discussion? All in favor? Aye. All opposed, motion carries. Next item is by Alderman McCaffrey on the paving of Mitchell Road.
Motion.
Can I get a motion to discuss? Got a motion? Do I have a second?
Second.
We got a motion and a second.
Okay, this goes back to that list that went out the other day of roads that we discussed the last board. We were going back and forth on which roads to pave and which ones not to. And we ended up pulling them all back, but last week, some went out there to be paved. This being one of them, we pulled all those back, but Mitchell Road, looking back, we approved Mitchell Road months and months ago to get resurfacing when we started the drainage project. Now that we're finishing up the drainage project, I would like to go ahead and finish that with the final coat of pavement, of asphalt. And just to clear that project out, it's complete. Like I said, we approved that months ago. It just ended up back on this list somehow. It got removed.
Okay,
So my motion would be to go ahead and out to resurface
I
Mitchell
thought it
Road.
was already done.
It was approved.
Did we not do it?
Months and months ago. We were waiting until we finished the drainage project.
Right, we were waiting for the drainage to be completed. It is completed. I think one of the last meetings of the previous administration, everyone kind of backed off of the widening.
Okay, that's where I'm confused.
Yes.
We backed off the widening.
But the actual meeting minutes did not reflect that it was approved to be done, even though it had previously been approved. So that's kind of how we're here now.
It was miscommunication when we pulled that final list off. That one really shouldn't have been on there because it was approved months before.
They've also started scraping back on that road already.
About half of it's scraped already.
So that's my motion, to go ahead and
We got a motion.
pave Middle Mitchell.
Do we
The
have
overlay.
do we have a second?
Resurface. You talking about resurface?
Do we have a second?
Second.
We got a second now, discussion. From y'all's standpoint and the conditions of the roads around town, because we know, right now, we're going to take the experts' advice on what needs to come next. Is that road the next one, in your opinion, needs to be paved?
I'd probably have to dig in a little bit more. I mean, there's definitely going to be worse roads in the city, I believe. I'd need to dig in more on the report on that, into the SMPDD report and that sort of thing. I'm not ready to answer that right now.
Okay.
I can. I'll say no. I mean, it's not. I mean,
It's not.
It's not,
No.
but I believe what Timmy's trying to do is correct a mistake that was made by the previous board.
Right.
And
Not only
so to
that, but-
answer your question, is it the next one in line to
Right.
be in severity of condition? No, it is not.
Absolutely
And
not.
I'll-
There's a lot in my
All right,
ward
so
that need it
I'll
worse.
be,
but-
I'll be honest, I rode Mitchell Road, and I didn't think it was in that bad shape. So,
And
I
I'll be-
don't have a vote in this,
I'll be honest too, Tim, I live on Mitchell Road, and I agree with you.
okay?
Townsend Flurry is horrible, but again,
Y'all fighting other issues with that, aren't you?
the previous administration, I think, is where we're stuck here, so. But I agree with you, it's not the worst.
And that's where I come from. We started the project. I think we should complete it. That's where I stand on it. But this isn't even my area. But I'm the kind, if we start it, we should finish it.
And there was money budgeted already pulled aside when it got approved the
yes.
first time for this
And-
specific
and-
project?
So,
Yes.
and I don't get a vote in this, but just because we may have picked Mitchell Road to be paved for some reason by the last administration, doesn't tie us to that.
Fair enough. I mean,
And so that, it's gonna be y'all's decision, but I want transparency in where we're going forward. And I think we all agreed, we were gonna pave West Road, where it was only gonna be the only one we were gonna pave. And then as a group, we were gonna revalidate the roads going forward. And then Mitchell Road got thrown in. I don't know what happened in the past. I know I did agree with West Railroad. And it's not to say we won't pave it, but it goes back into the stack just like the others.
Mr. Mayor, I think
That's-
East
that's just
Railroad,
mine.
I think East Railroad was included with West Railroad.
Railroad from
Okay,
one end to
so
the other.
make sure we're straight on this. We're totally approving
railroad.
East and West Railroad.
Yeah.
And I do think it would probably be wise, that is gonna be a pretty extensive paving job. Once we get an exact idea how much it's gonna cost, how much we're gonna have left, and then how much we'll be getting, with the internet sales tax. We probably need a work session
well, no,
with this board
Well,
to.
you know, we talked about,
Look at
and this
roads
is just
again.
off what we kind of discussed high level, that we said, we've got X number of dollars in that paving budget, and we're not sure if railroad's gonna take all of it or not.
Yeah.
So I would hate to obligate a road and put at jeopardy or complete railroad street from one end to the other.
It was already budgeted before railroad.
So can I make an,
Am I'm correct with that? I'm pretty positive we pulled that.
I believe that's true, which is why the city did go out and construct the drainage improvements. It was all in preparation for that overlay.
And I guess, and I'm gonna say one more thing, I'm not gonna say anything else. Does it need it? Is it a road that absolutely needs it right now versus some of the other roads that we have? If I'm looking at this from fresh eyes, because I'm the mayor, I wasn't here in the last board, I would have to think about it. So I'll leave that up to y'all. I do like the idea of doing a work session and revisiting all of our roads to assure that what we're doing, because, I mean, they were almost ready to do La Rosa.
Yeah.
And we pulled it back. They had already cleared the side of the road, so it's kind of, that's in the same situation we are here. So it's a pleasure of the board.
Yeah.
Any other discussion?
I'm of the opinion that we need to focus on the main thoroughfares, which is railroad, and I think anything that diverts our attention and resources from that effort, I think we can maybe table it and look at it and maybe have a work session on it. It's my vote. I'll be voting to postpone that until we get our thoroughfares completed.
Would that be a substitute motion?
That's a substitute motion.
I'd like to
Well,
vote on my
or-
motion first.
Yeah, so we can vote
Are
on
we
this.
still, is this still open for discussion?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess where I'm having a hard time understanding this is it was, whether it was the worst road or not, it was approved. There was money funded for it. They've already went and spent time scraping it back. They did the drainage. I mean,
I didn't
Just
see a whole
don't-
lot of scraping on that part that you're gonna pave. I didn't see a whole lot of prep
Yeah,
work
we
done.
stopped when the board,
When I went out there, I couldn't, I didn't see the prep work.
but there
I'm
was
not
a
saying
lot of
don't
money
do it.
allocated in
I'm
that
not saying
drainage.
don't do it. I'm just saying let's put it let's put it in line with the most important issues first, okay? I'm not saying, I'm not voting against doing it.
Right.
And I agree with you, Greg, that, if it was money that was approved and so forth and so on, but I just don't want to take the focus off of, we talk about a lot of things and there get to be distractions sometimes. We were talking about the harbor earlier. I'm going to look at the construction of the harbor first and foremost.
Right.
We're going to be talking about some other options for the harbor and everything. Those things are all fine and dandy, but I think we lose focus, on what we're really, what's important now, what's important first. And I think to get Railroad Street completed and all those crossroads completed, Cleveland Avenue and so forth, and get them resurfaced, then we can go ahead and pick up right here and do Mitchell Road. I'm not against it.
So on that, we had a study done, paving study by professionals that took a lot of different factors into account, and they ranked our roads. Where did Mitchell fall out in there?
I would say about the same place that railroad fell, if we're being honest. There's a lot of roads a lot worse than that.
I think,
It would probably.
In reality,
Yeah, I mean, in terms of age of asphalt, it probably did fall, similar, which that was their main focus, is how old is our asphalt? But one of the other elements that it did include was cost benefit, which was probably ranked a lot on traffic. So Mitchell might have fallen short of railroad in that regard. There's just probably not as much traffic.
so bringing up what we voted on, here was the big reason that we did it. One, you have a lot more traffic on it since the completion of the neighborhood on South Mitchell. It's being used as a thoroughfare north to Lover's Lane west to Beatline now. The edges of the road were crumbling. What the city did was go in and fill in the culverts there with piping so that the road actually had some base where if you were off the blacktop, you were not in the ditch. And so this is where the failing of the asphalt was, where it was on the sides. And that's where the city, we spent the money for the drainage upgrade, and this would check the balance. So it wasn't a necessarily approved because of deterioration, excuse me. It was more of a safety and volume of traffic. That's where, and correct me if I'm wrong, this is where the project itself came from, not because on the paving list, it was a D or an F.
It was to widen.
It was
and
more
then
of a
once they
giving a
fixed the-
shoulder to the road.
Once they, the intentions, I think, were to widen it, and then once they did the work on it, they realized that the work they had done, they did not need to widen it. They weren't gonna actually have to widen it, so.
Well, it is basically by, you now have a shoulder, whether it's grass.
So it wasn't necessary to
So you
widen.
did, that's stabilized.
The
Foundation's
road is stabilized right now, yes, sir.
All right, so, I mean, I think we've got a motion to pave it. Do you want your substitute motion to wait till a work session?
I'd like to just
I want to finish.
wait till a work session.
All right, so we've got a motion and a substitute motion. Do I have a second on the substitute motion to discuss in a work session?
Second.
We've got a second. So now we've got a motion and a second
I would
to,
still like a vote on my motion to.
you got a substitute motion.
You got a substitute, so.
It kills yours.
Yeah.
It goes to the substitute motion. So we've got a substitute motion to do a workshop to
Yeah.
determine if this is going forward, one of the roads we want to spend the money on to repave, along with any of the other roads that are high on the list. So any discussion?
Discussion. Can we add this to one of our budget work sessions? Because we've already got 3 work sessions.
The next one's July 29th.
I mean, we're basically, I'm not trying to get out of work, but, I mean, I would like to discuss it in an open meeting or whatever, you know, just because dragging it out. And my point is, you know, we're here to handle business, and I'm not undercutting any of these motions, but I'm saying, if we're here, let's put in the time, let's discuss it. Keeney gave out, and for the new people, at the end of the last board, Keeney had a breakdown of what money we have, where it's allocated, and that will bring everybody up to date on what money we have. If you don't mind, could you send that out to
Let me
everybody?
update it first.
But adding what the expense of railroad will be?
Yeah, I'll update it.
And that way, that will give everybody a good idea.
And you know, that's exactly, because paving is a line item in our budget. So we
Well-
need to understand, what do we plan on executing next year?
And roughly, today's the 15th, within this week or next week, the city should receive their next payment for the internet, the sales tax diversion money.
And that was included in our budgetary
That-
numbers?
It is, that money's already been budgeted through the end of this fiscal year.
It's been budgeted, but it will,
Correct.
what I'm saying is.
Cash in hand.
It will hit our account.
So what I want to do in our next work session, which is, I think, hopefully where Donald was going, was, in this budget, I want to make sure that we understand what we're projecting to do next year out of that budget that's in the paving project, which will include us identifying roads that we plan to execute next year. And I really want to use a lot of the work that came out of that study in order to make these decisions. Because those funds are precious, and we've got to make sure that we're getting the biggest return out of that million or whatever we get every year. So,
And correct me if I'm wrong, we have a contract with that company, correct?
Yes, Warren Paving.
Not Warren, I'm talking about, was it SMPDD, who, with the
They
did the
camera?
study.
All that, that's where
Oh, you're talking about the paving.
we
they
get
the
that.
ones that did that study?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, well, that wasn't like a one-time thing, wasn't it an annual?
Y'all have access to their database through that.
So they have on file, a video, I believe, of every single road in
Driving the
Long
roads,
Beach,
yeah.
where they drove with the camera, and that's kind of how they make their decision, so.
Isn't that a vendor that we pay $5,000 a year for?
Correct,
We'll
y'all have
have-
access to all that information.
We have access to it.
They'll come and probably give you an updated presentation of it all.
That's
to the new board
SMPDD.
request.
Yes.
Correct.
Right, and so, y'all are my experts, okay? I would like y'all working with that study
Sure.
And then I would like to see y'all make a ranking, an independent ranking
Yep.
of the roads that you feel based on the criteria of how many go down that road,
And
the
we'll get a cost.
condition, the age, and then make that list, and
And then
we'll
the
see
cost
where
of those.
roads fall.
How does one,
I think that's a prudent thing to do, and I'm of the opinion personally that if I had to hurry up and make a decision now, I'm voting against it. But I think I'll have a better option, we have this information and this
Sure, you
this
know it's
information
number
to make an educated decision later and to get it done, if that's the way it shakes out. So I'm not against it, I just want to make sure I have all the information in front of me to make that decision.
Sure, and just to finish up on that comment is, I agree with what you're saying, but I also am going to kind of fall back where this is the smaller opinion is, if we go in and we're going to update somebody's road with drainage and all that, I think we need to complete the job so that we can check it off the list completely and not go back 1 and 2 times. Not to disagree with what you're saying.
I wasn't privy to what all happened
Yep,
in the previous
understand.
administration. I'm looking from here going forward, and
But,
I can't.
and I understand that, but there is times where we're gonna have to finish up.
I understand.
That
previous
goes back to the
board's
harbor.
business.
We're not gonna start fresh on the harbor. We have
Well,
continued projects
that's
going
not a good
on.
analogy, you know.
So, all right, so we got a motion and a second, and I'll say one more thing before we vote. This board in this city is gonna be transparent, and when we pave a road, it's because the experts say a road needs to be paved. Not that Mitchell is one of those roads, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying I came in 2 weeks ago and going forward, it's gonna take the experts, along with our public works and our engineering and the study that we have, and when we go forward, that's gonna be the list we go off of, unless something pops up, we have a cave-in or whatever like that.
A change in condition.
Yes. All right, so we got a motion to,
Is Donald's a substitute to the
No, sir,
substitute?
no, sir.
Okay.
Mine was just adding to the discussion.
expert list?
Say it.
How does one obtain this list that that somebody's put together? On the I mean, how do you get a copy of that?
Can we get that for the next meeting?
Yeah,
We all were given.
we've put a lot of that info together, and it's been submitted multiple times, and it gets modified, but we can try to go back probably to the original one that we submitted about 6 months ago.
We
And
were
it's
all
not that I don't
given.
believe it, I just want to see it.
so, yeah.
Sure,
and
and it'll
Greg,
give you a
so-
cost breakdown to each one, so you can say, okay, Mitchell Road's gonna cost
So
$60,000.
to add to, all right, what we're gonna do on that next work session is they will come with the study, and they'll come with a list of roads that they would, and it's gonna be itemized in the price. So if
David's
we
telling
plan
me
we're
now
gonna
the
spend
price is not-
800,000 on paving, we go down,
We'll get you a list.
okay.
And SMPDD, they will come.
I'm texting her now.
If we, and we were all, I know it's a new board, we were all given a login, so you can log in anytime and see the video of all the streets and all that.
That's
So-
all great stuff, but you understand, we're new. We
Yeah,
haven't
no, I
gotten
know.
information.
I know.
We don't-
I need clarification on your motion. Your motion is to stop this project until after work session.
Absolutely, yes.
All right, so we got a motion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Nay.
All right, so we got roll call.
Aye.
Aye.
Nay.
Okay.
No.
Nay.
All right, so we're back to that motion is gone, so is there another motion that wants to
I'll
come
make a
forward?
motion to move forward with overlaying Middle Mitchell.
Second.
Now we're back on the,
I'll second.
all right, so we got a motion back on the table to pave Mitchell. We've got a motion by McCaffrey and a second by Donald. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Nay.
Roll call.
Aye.
Nay.
Aye.
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 Motion passes. Next item, the state aid agreement with Mississippi Library Commission.
No, sir. 13.
I'm
Pier
sorry.
lease.
I was wondering why people were back there today. I knew I'd get a wrangle out of it. All right, so we got, next item on the agenda is a pier lease for the Cat Island Commerce. Keith Fulton. Go ahead, Keith.
All right, this won't take nearly as long as that road. All right, hey, congratulations getting on the board. Tim, you seem natural. Jimmy Selp, good to see you again. All right, about 2005, I bought the first 49-passenger boat to service Cat Island, petitioned Secretary of State, told him the need to be able to ferry. Long Beach was the best point of entry. They diverted some Tidelands money and built Pier 6. So the intent of Pier 6 was all...
Just for clarification, you were actually approved prior to Katrina. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, well, I mean, with the, I was operating then, and funding was becoming available to build Pier 6. Katrina took a toll on everything, and then it came after that. I can't remember what year. But then we started working out of there instead of coming to the dock. If you remember, we were loading up 50 people at the dock. Yeah, my time frame's way off. I didn't research that. But the intent was that Tidelands money had built Pier 6 for the city of Long Beach to service Cat Island, because there was some state money went into it, there was federal money went into it, there was the Mississippi Power Fund, whatever that. So anyway, it was a need. Long Beach is the closest. The way the seeds run, it's the best point of entry to get to it. So to that end, I know y'all been working toward getting the marina back up. I know FEMA's been not as appealing to you as you want. But that pier didn't suffer any really structural damage. I'm not sure about the power to it and the water to it, but the pier itself stayed strong. I know you probably can't do that now, but what I want to put in front of you is that, and I put some prints out to you, and I got a plan view, and most of the people that's going to be in this LLC have property out there, and it's rental property, and they run, people get to go camp out. There's no store, so they're going to have to buy everything from Long Beach. So I did a real rudimentary impact statement kind of thing, and I was way on the low side. I mean, I think more beer will be bought out of Long Beach than 118,000 in the course of a year. So I'm looking at increasing your sales tax. We were going to go, as a group, to try to help out, we were going to go higher per boat slip. That averaged 150 a boat slip. The whole time I was there, and I've been in the harbor since, I think, '84, and I'm glad y'all recognized Danny and all those. There was a bunch of wonderful harbor masters down there that raised us, so I'm glad y'all did that. But there's, our intent was to make it, the parking, the harbor had made that extra parking. It wasn't ever paved, I don't think all of it. Yeah, it was eventually paved on the western bulkhead, west side. There was just enough parking to service those piers that were there, so it doesn't interfere with Steve's business. It stays out of everybody's way. I think we only had like 2 private pier parking spots there. That was enough to unload, and we were going to take our turn and go down to where we could park out of Steve's, but somewhere on that western parking area. But anyway, the pavilion was just, it would be for a staging area, because again, there's anything you bring out there to those houses, you got to buy here and bring out. Not all of us have it. There's some of those names on there that can't afford a house on Cat Island. Me personally, my boat is going to stay in the water for International Marine Mammal Institute. I go find their dolphins and bring the veterinarians out there. Kim was going to do the Wounded Warriors kind of thing. So everybody has I wanted BMR to be there. They were going to have a spot that we were going to be paying you for their spot, so that they could have access to jump off, go get a hamburger, come back on and go, or either make something permanent for them. So when the time comes, if you want to put it out for proposal, that would be great. We're sitting here waiting to do it. It was going to be a well-built. The people that are in it aren't like just to haphazardly throw something together. So it's going to be well-built. It'll be able to handle the next storm. If when you get past the FEMA, that pier, since it's intact, there is boats that don't need power or water to go. It would show, I know it's a point of contention with a lot of residents that harbor sat idle for so long. It would shine some hope if some boats could go out of there and you could see some activity leading into the buildup. I know you can't do anything right now, but I wanted to get in front of you, pull the speech, let you see that plan view, let you see what I think the vision of it is. And but if you want to vote on it and make a motion, I will stand here and accept it.
Keith, on the
That's it.
you're showing a pier coming out. Is that a new pier?
No, that's just,
The one
yeah,
that comes
instead of
up
taking the
further?
whole plan, that's Pier 6, right out in front of Steve's. It's just a T-pier.
Oh, okay, I was looking, all right, so that's the rock
Yeah.
pile, gotcha. So you're not
What-
adding anything?
Huh?
You're not adding anything?
Just a pier. I mean,
Just,
just the pavilion.
yeah.
And it'll be the standard, like federal government pavilions. And just as a note, if y'all wind up with a grant writer, anytime the federal government buys into land like they did at Cat Island, they set aside 10%. I tried to get a board way back. You could have a viewing house with the history of Cat Island behind plexiglass. You can have the animals that are here, there, and it's free money. All you gotta do is write a grant to the Bureau of Land Management. And it'd be a wonderful place right there in that parking lot to the west of Steve's. You know, not real tall, not real big, and they stay open 24/7. All the placards are behind plexiglass. You can't tear it up. And they usually put a pair of viewfinders. They would do that free. And actually, it's a law. They have to put in 10% of their purchase price when they turn land over, taxpayers' money into public use land.
I think it's a great concept. I mean, I like what you're saying. And I like that you're willing to, we need to entertain proposals, of which yours will be one of them.
Yeah, if anybody beats me, I just want to slip, I'll rent it from them.
Right, and so I think that's, I appreciate your willingness to put this out, and I think we have to do that ourselves.
Oh, yeah,
To
yeah.
know that we're getting the best deal.
Right, I get it. That's what I mean. As soon as you've cleared FEMA,
Yeah,
this will be the first point where people can see that you've actually made progress.
Yep.
If they see some boats in the harbor, they might get jealous, a few of them at first, but the rest of it's coming. This one just doesn't need any kind of work to it.
right, so, Keith, I love it. I think this is, information at this point.
That's what it's for.
You're letting us know you have interest, in which I'm glad we're to a point where people have interest in the harbor, they can see it going forward. So I don't know if there's any action needing to be taken on this instead of observing that we do have interest in the harbor. And once we get to the point of, because I know we got to do some work on that west side, even where they park is going to have to be redone and everything. So we're talking a little ways down the road, but we need to figure out how we want to go forward. If we want to put out a request for proposals for, how we can utilize this pier, which yours is an excellent way to do it, then I think that's something we can move towards, but I don't think we need a motion on that tonight.
I think the FEMA, getting past the FEMA with the scope of work,
I think
once we get, I think
once
it's a
we get
great
that done, we
idea.
can move
but-
forward with something.
Yeah, I know with the.
And I wish I could tell you that was going to be 6 months.
Well,
I think you said a year.
there is,
I
if
said
you want to.
actually 15 months.
But
If you
let
want
me-
to float proposals out there on the North Shore, there'll be no construction. You've got money that was a cluster, the way that was. You couldn't get boats in and out of that north side anyway. Another proposal y'all might float on the street to save you money and see if somebody wants to do something. And it might wind up being Remember Covington, the way he did past Christian. It's from that North Shore. Say you got this block, and it's not in front of parishes, it's not that, it's from here to here and from here to here. And then put that out proposal, and I'm sure I'd throw a pitch in for that one too.
And you're thinking, just the way I can envision a northern bulkhead on that harbor with another pier for your charter boats and things of that nature. So that's definitely, matter of fact, we put in for a project to bulkhead the rest of that
Okay.
northern wall. So we're thinking the same.
All right.
And I think it's a great idea what you're talking about on that west side.
And just keep in mind, when you're developing those plans, Pastor Shan's not full, Gulfport's not full. I would do some quality slips and not go quantity, trying to fit as many as you can in. Leave the south side maybe open for a while.
And-
Build what you can.
Yeah, I got one. I just want to add for the board, for the new members and for the public, the previous board, I don't necessarily know that we need to wait for FEMA. Just food for thought. We approved that furthest south dock by the bait shop to be repaired by a private entity as well. So by no means is this a motion, it's just, we can forego waiting on FEMA. I mean,
If the parking's, I mean, we can look at that, but the parking needs to be fixed on that side.
right, but what I'm saying is that.
Yeah, it doesn't have to wait that long.
We don't have to wait for FEMA is my point. It's, we've shown that we've done this in the past, and I think this could be done. I don't necessarily think tonight, but,
Are
you know.
are you saying y'all want to rebuild and do the entire pier?
No, I'm saying on the North Shore is another opportunity that gets you back in the game, generating revenue and letting people have recreation. If you're gonna be doing the west side, that's gonna bottle it up. The North Shore is only gonna be a bulkhead when it finally comes. That'll be a bulkhead and some dredging. Could probably work around a pier that's coming off that main pier that's coming off of there. Whether you say left or right, or just a little section of land in front of it, however many slips there, then that wouldn't interfere with your FEMA project.
What I would like you to do, if you'd be willing to do it, probably sometimes in August or early September, we're gonna have a vision workshop. And that workshop's gonna include the harbor, what we want that harbor to look like in 10, 15 years out. You've got a lot of excellent ideas. So when we advertise out for this vision plan, I'd like for you to be one of the people that come in and really help us how we want that harbor to look. What are the possibilities? I want to have a roadmap of where we want to be in 10 years or 5 years. And some of your ideas is already following some of mine with that North Shore. So I need good input from the community.
All
And
right.
if you're willing, I'd love to have you part of the
Problem.
team.
All right, thank you all for hearing me out. Vote on it whenever you want to.
Thank you, Keith.
Thanks, Keith.
All right, no motion on that item. Next one is award the disaster roadway clearing for Crowder Gulf. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Wait, back up.
Sorry.
14.
I thought we didn't do that. All right, the state aid agreement for the Mississippi Library Commission. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Next one is award disaster roadway clearing, Crowder Gulf. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Got a motion? Second. Second, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Next one is award the disaster debris removal by Crowder Gulf. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Got a motion, a second? Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. And Emma, let me know if we're going too fast.
We're good.
Next one is to award a disaster debris monitoring by Covington Civil and Environmental. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Next item is disaster program management services by Andy Corp.
Motion.
We got a motion? Second. Got a second? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. The next item is an ordinance amendment for the water and sewer fees. I'd like to have the attorney review this change to the ordinance, and maybe at the next meeting, come back and make a recommendation on that particular ordinance.
I'm familiar with it. Former Alderman Johnson and I discussed it on a couple of occasions, but I'll give you a full report next time we meet.
Okay? So I need a motion to approve our attorney to review the ordinance.
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. The next one is Civil Service Commission. Currently, we have 3 Civil Service Commissioners. I want to increase that to 5. So I'm looking for a motion to increase the number of civil servants.
I'll make that motion, Mayor.
From 3 to 5, we got a motion?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. I have 2 recommended people for this commission, Shelby Valentine and Tim Delaney. Can I entertain a motion to put these 2 as members 4 and 5 on the Civil Service Commission?
So move.
Got a motion?
Second with discussion.
We got a second discussion.
Just reading in the state statute, there's a couple prerequisites for a person
Yes.
to serve. I have no problem with your appointments. I just want to make sure that we approve tonight contingent that they qualify.
Good, and we did. but
Okay,
yes.
perfect. If you've already done it, then
Yeah.
I'm good with it.
So we got the motion, did I have a second?
Yes, I'll
All in
second.
favor? All opposed? Motion carries. Tim's in the back of the room, Tim Delaney. Always hiding in the back. I appreciate
sir.
you dedicating your time. It's a thankless job, but we need good people on, in addition to the good ones we have now, we need more. So I appreciate you doing that for us. Thank you, Tim. All right. The next one is, we've got contract addendum for R.J. Young. There's currently a printer that is used to print checks that is no longer needed. So we want to remove that from the list of items that they are to provide to the city.
Saving money.
Saving money. I got a motion, I got a second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. All right, next one is for discussion, contract preliminary engineering services.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion that we table this this evening. I'd like to have, this is a housekeeping issue, but I would like to have Pickering come in and speak to the new members and yourself. What this is the previous board approved the work on the Beatline Expressway to have the environmental study completed. It got held up by a couple roadblocks with MDOT, and MDOT's now approved it, but for the members, the new members, I'd like them to know what we're looking at. Basically, you have to have a environmental study to do any improvements on Beatline. This would allow us to do any kind of future growth. So that's where my motion is to table tonight.
All right, we got a motion to table this item. Can I get a second? We got a second. Any other discussion?
Just that being said, it's kind of separate. We do have a lot of these projects that we've worked on for years. I think as soon as we get through this budget season, we need to sit down as a board and have one massive work session just to review everything we've been working on the past 4 or 8 years to bring everybody up to speed. That way, every meeting, we're not sitting here trying to figure out who was here for what.
Right. And he brings up so this doesn't come without cost, so these are matching funds. And until we get a good handle on the budget, I'm glad we have tabled this.
Yeah, and this was the project that we were supposed to go in coordination with Pastor Shannon and Harrison County with. It was a tri-party agreement, and they backed out, so we would be.
That
We
could
would
have,
cover the
that can
brunt.
change, now that there's new boards,
Yeah, it
all
could.
three.
Right.
So it's something for us just to look at before that federal money does go away.
I like that.
All right, so we got a motion on the table and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. The next one is resolution, Harrison County reimbursement of Fire Station Number 3.
Motion.
We got a motion, we got a second discussion. This is, so for people who may not be aware, we built a new fire station out in the industrial park. The agreement was that we pay for half, the county pay for half. This is just asking the county to pay us back their half. We pay for the whole project, they're gonna reimburse us. So that's all this is, and it's a resolution, so
Yeah, if
we'll
I
have to
could-
go roll call.
If I may add to that, and there was, in the minutes of the Harrison County Board of Supervisors, clearly reflect their agreement back at the time we made the decision to joint venture with them to build this, that they would agree to pay half. They simply needed a resolution from this board to authorize them to reimburse us that money. So we're not asking for something they've already agreed years ago to be in for this half of the month.
Thank you. You're absolutely correct. It's the same way Marlon explained it to me. So I appreciate that. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. We got, yes.
A roll call.
Oh, roll call, I'm sorry.
Aye.
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 Okay, we got a unanimous.
Clarification, that's $1.5 million, right?
Half, 50.
50, okay.
The total was 1
It says it.
And then on the budget.
Yes.
Total was $1,163,272.
So the next item is, a motion to approve Gulf Coast Chief Association Family Day at the Town Green on August 9th. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Got a motion, second, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Next one is an item on Donald about insurance.
Sure, Mr. Mayor, what I'd like to make a motion this evening, it's a two-part motion, or if we deem two separate motions, I'll put it in two parts. I'll make a motion that we advertise or instruct our legal counsel to draw up an RFQ for the city's health insurance, with us looking at roughly a $240,000 increase, according to my math. And now, not to be funny, but I could be off a little bit on these numbers, but a substantial budget hit. I think we need to be looking at every possibility. And so with that, my first part of the motion is an RFQ for just the health insurance.
Motion.
Second.
We got a motion, Donald, we got a second
By Patrick.
by Patrick.
Yes, sir.
Any discussion on that motion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Now, my second part, along with that, because of the board having to vote on the final product or so on and so forth, we currently have an insurance review board by the department heads. No offense to any department head, but I would like to have the aldermen that vote on this have a seat at the table along with the mayor. And so not getting rid of that review board, but I'd like to change it and offer up a new one where we have two members of two department heads, two aldermen, and the mayor at the table to review this. Basically, then the two aldermen can be the spokesperson for the board. The two department heads can be the spokespeople for the employees, and then the mayor as a tie-breaking vote.
He said, I'd like to nominate you and whoever else, not me.
Well, let's get the approval for that setup first, and then at a, once we get the RFQ, or however we do it, we can do that at another point.
We've got a motion to restructure the review of those, once the RFQs come in, restructure of the review to include two department heads, two aldermen, and one mayor, totaling 5.
I just think 5 is a good number. If anybody else thinks it needs to be more, I'm open.
I will second your motion.
Motion and a second. Anybody else have any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Next one is nothing, from the mayor's office, just a couple of things that are going on. You can see railroad's moving right along. We're getting the first coat down on railroad. We should come back with the final coat in the next few weeks. Over here on 3rd Street from Jeff Davis to the USM campus, we've started the paving of the sidewalk. And another thing we had today, the fire department and the police department are working with the school in order to get prepared for any kind of incident that we may have going into next year. So we've got a lot of things moving, and it was a good week and all, so that's all I got from the mayor's office.
Can I say one thing on the paving real quick? I've already been called out there.
Yeah.
And I know y'all are looking at it, but before they do the final coat, just make sure they bring those manhole lids up.
Yes, we got them.
I've been
Yeah,
getting
they're
calls
tough.
already. I told them
It's tough
come in.
today.
And that's gonna be about a week or so for those
Yeah, I
rings come
believe
in.
next week we should get those.
Okay.
And then they'll do that final coat, because those are 2-inch risers, and I believe we only got 1 inch on it now.
Mr. Mayor,
I've heard some of that. Say.
on
Yes,
your,
sir.
on your section, I just want to publicly acknowledge you for a good job on your videos that you're doing on social media, informing the citizens I think that's great transparency, and it's something that's very appreciated by all the constituents, and we appreciate you doing that, and hopefully you continue to do that in the future.
Yes. Yes, I've got one coming out this week, so.
You're getting famous.
Movie star.
And, you know, it all comes back to transparency. I want to keep the people up to date on what's going on in the city, and it seems like we're getting traction, so.
A lot.
We're gonna keep doing it.
Yep.
So, and I appreciate those kind words. All right, now we're gonna go into personnel. Police Department, we have 1 resignation and 2 step increases. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Got a motion, second. Any discussion? All right, just for my own discussion, I have implemented a policy that when people leave employment, civil service employment, that they have an exit interview with me. I did have my exit interview with this individual. It went well. He said good things about the city. The only real reason I saw that he was leaving is the pay. So that's something that we're going to work on. And, you know, we saw tonight with the chamber honoring all these different businesses for what they're doing. We're on the right track. We're going in the right direction. I'm very encouraged about the future of our city, especially when it comes to new businesses. So very encouraging what the chamber does and working together and trying to move the city forward. So all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. The next one is 1 new hire for recreation. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. The next one is under engineering. We have, I'm sorry, what?
City Clerk.
There's no items under the city clerk.
Oh, sorry.
The next one is, and no items on, well, I guess do you have anything you'd like to say? Okay. She doesn't, so, fire department, any? I have nothing to add. I do want to commend you and the police department for very professionally holding those, mock drills. Courtney and I went and sat in on it. We had to put earplugs in our ears, and believe me, it's real. Those guys' heartbeat is going at it. And I really like what you're doing because you can teach in a classroom, but until you get in a semi-live condition, it's something that will trigger things when they get in those situations. So I really appreciate the effort y'all put into to keep our schools safe. Anything from the police department?
You stole it.
There you go. All right, thank you. The next one is engineering. We got award Park Road drainage improvement to Twin L Construction. Can I get a motion?
Motion. Second.
Second, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Public Works,
I just want to let y'all know that we're going to have to advertise, so it will take a little, not advertise, but we need to let Courtney know, to let the citizens know about that stop sign before we do it. So we'll get us, it'll be a couple weeks out to get those signs and get that going. It's not going to happen just the next week.
okay. Anything else?
Also, while we're in Public Works, I guess, we're replacing some of the signs, is that correct, Mayor? And the signs, the name of the signs, the street signs around the city?
Yeah, I think you had put in a work order.
Yes, sir.
For that.
Some of the ones that you turned in.
I submitted a list from my ward, and I'm sure those are getting worked. I don't know if any other wards have submitted, or if you've been asked to have those submitted from the other wards, but we have some signs that are faded or either need to be replaced or no longer there,
Yes, sir.
and we appreciate your taking care of that for us.
Yes, sir.
And I encourage the other aldermen, if you have some street signs missing, let's at least get a list of what we want to try to replace these and see when we can work them in, depending on the budget and how much it's going to cost.
Yes, sir.
We have to do it in phases.
Thank you.
But we do need to start, because we got to be a city, and you got to be, city has to have its street signs up, because I go around Long Beach and I notice there's not a lot. So I appreciate you taking the effort to move forward on that. Public Works, I do want to thank you for some of the cleanup that we did around City Hall.
Yes, sir.
So kind of what we're in, this is going to bring in kind of recreation as well. We took a ride around Long Beach, and we're coming up with an effort to reduce the amount of maintenance that we're doing in certain areas. For instance, flower beds that weeds grow out of, and all we're doing is going and eating the weeds. We're gonna rip those flower beds out, reduce the maintenance, put grass back. They helped me to figure out where we wanted to do it. I don't know if you recognize back here, we used to have, I thought they were only weeds, but they were actually some kind of plant. We removed that out of there. We're reducing our maintenance so we can spend it where we need to spend it. And so I appreciate y'all's effort in helping us do that.
Yes, sir.
So,
Thank you.
Thank you. Recreation.
We're good.
Good. Sure? Is the air conditioning still working?
Yeah, 50%.
We're good then.
We're good as we can be.
Building office.
Yes, sir, we're fine.
Right.
Thank
And
you.
I want to thank the building office. I put the pressure on them. These dumpsters that we have around town that are out of compliance, Mike is taking it on. He sent out letters, I think, to 18, 22. They've got 30 days to comply. If they don't comply, then they'll have to get a citation and deal with the judge on that one. The other thing he did was we have signs around town that are advertising roofs and lawn mowing and things of that nature. I've called the people that own those signs and let them know that you've got a certain amount of time to pick those signs up. If you don't, it's $100 an occurrence. So we're gonna bring it to, we're gonna start abiding by our ordinances, and I appreciate you pushing those two items.
I'll let them know. Thank you.
You're welcome. Municipal court.
We're good, Mayor.
We're good? All right. Keep up those collections. Harbor?
We're good.
Good, thank you. Community affairs?
Good.
Good, all right. Derelict properties, I don't see we have any, even though we do have some. So we'll be making rides around the town and start really looking at the derelict properties that we have around town. So that's going to be high on my agenda next month, doing that, so. All right, do we have a report from our city attorney?
Briefly, Mayor, we had a productive meeting last week with the Harrison County Utility Authority representatives regarding the interlocal agreement for water usage at the Long Beach Industrial Park. Thank you for your leadership and David Ball's assistance at that meeting, as well as the Utility Authority representatives, Mr. Castiglia, who's sitting in the back, and also Mr. Levins for their cooperation and contributions to an agreement in principle. I spoke with Mr. Duhey, their lawyer, today, and he should have a draft of that proposed agreement to me before week's end.
Good deal, and I appreciate you supporting us on that. And Tim, you were a big part of that. We've been going years with them using our water and not reimburse us for the water. That's fixing to stop, and they're gonna start paying for the usage of the water. They were very good about it. They
Past
worked with
usage.
us, and it's also gonna go back.
Yes, sir.
To collect what we could going backwards. So, I do wanna thank you for your effort, Steve and Tim on that.
And Bill Labors.
And Bill Labors and Jimmy Levin, so. All right, is there any other things anybody would like to discuss? Bar none, can I get a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Motion, you got a second? All right, good meeting, thank y'all.